Hi everyone, it's Amanda here, your registered dietitian for this F45 challenge. I am really excited to work with both the red and blue teams in helping you kind of fine tune your nutrition as you work through the next 6 weeks of this challenge. Um, so a little bit of background on how these sessions with me are going to work. To start off with, every Sunday, I'm going to release or post a new video on a topic for the week. And so that topic is meant to kind of help you fine tune your nutrition, get you on track with creating those healthy nutrition meals, feeling energized and like at your best. And then I also plan to attach a recipe that kind of complements that nutrition topic for the week so that you have maybe a fun new thing to try that week just to kind of help, um, again, keep you on track with things. That's my goal here. And then we'll also do midweek check-ins just to see how everyone's doing, answer any questions you may have as you're trying to implement these things. And then I will also be available for send me a chat at any point in time if you have more of a personal or individual question that you don't want to throw in the group chat. You're always welcome to message me individually. Again, like I said in our orientation to the challenge, I really do love talking about food as much as I do working out. So it's never going to be, you're never going to be bugging me to ask me a question. So let's get started with our first topic of this week. So I know hopefully everyone at this point has done their in-body scans. They've gotten the macros from Jared and Riley, and you're ready to start tracking things. So we're going to talk about what tracking means and how to use those macros to bring balance to your day. So a lot of times when I work with clients, what I see is that we're using MyFitnessPal, we're entering our foods, but by the end of the day, we're kind of like sometimes a little lost on what it all means and why are there gaps? I thought I was eating well. Like I thought I had a great breakfast. Like why is it saying I'm still 200 calories short? What can I eat to fill that protein gap in that I'm seeing? So my goal right now is to help you take those macros and help it to bring balance throughout your day. And so the best way to do that, or at least that I found, is that we're going to focus on making each meal pretty equal in each nutrient. So each meal is going to be pretty equal in the calories that we want to have, the amount of protein, carbs, fat. And I'm also including fiber in with this. So we want to spread that pretty consistently, pretty evenly throughout the day over the course of 3 meals and 3 snacks. And our goal with this is that as we're getting a little bit of everything at each meal, we're feeling pretty full and satisfied with what we're eating. You know, what I don't want to happen with you is that you eat and then an hour later you're like starving. Like that just didn't fill me up. Let me snack on something, because a lot of times that leads to mindless snacking and can really start to set us off track with the goals we're trying to achieve. So when we have the meals and snacks pretty well balanced in the amount of calories, the amount of carbs, the amount of protein, fat, fiber, that's going to do a good job of keeping us pretty full. You know, really we may find that we're not getting hungry for a snack until about 2 to 3 hours after we have that breakfast. Perfectly fine. We have that healthy snack built in when we're doing your macro tracking this way. So that by the time you get to your next meal, lunch, you're kind of just getting hungry for that meal. And you can heat up what you meal prep for the week, or if it's for dinner, it gives you a little bit of time to make that quick, easy dinner, so that by the time you sit down, you're not ravenous, but you're hungry. That's normal. That's fine. And then we also want to use these snacks between meals to help us to fuel our workouts. So we don't ever really want to work out on an empty stomach. It's not great for our muscles. It's not great for our recovery. Can really can really offset the gains we're trying to achieve. So if you're an early morning riser like me, always want to try and go in for that healthy snack in the morning before that workout. And then when you come home, you're following it with that balanced breakfast we're focusing on. Same with midday or evening workouts, making sure that maybe trying to plan to have that mid morning or mid afternoon snack around that workout time. And then after you have it workout, you're following it with that balanced lunch and dinner we're working on. Um, so to help with this, I have created an Excel spreadsheet that I'm going to drop in the chat after I upload this video. And that Excel sheet lays it all out for you. All you have to do at the top is enter in the calories, carbs, protein, and fat that you've gotten from your macro breakdown. And then I've also included a line for fiber. Off to the side is the target grams for male or female. You enter in the value that's appropriate for you. And right below that, you're going to see it break it down to calorie range for each meal, grams of carbohydrate, protein, fat, etc. Now, say you get a wonky number like 475 for your calories. Feel free to up that to 500 if you like a nice even number to round it out. That's perfectly fine. But the goal here is each meal is really starting to be a little bit more balanced, a little bit more equal throughout the day. And then what's going to happen next is on Wednesday, I'm going to pop into our nutrition chat to do like a midweek check-in with everybody. Hopefully at this point you've got a solid couple of days of tracking and focusing on this balance under your belt, and you can let me know how it's working. And if you feel like the targets that we have set in place aren't working for you, let me know. I can individualize it a little bit more to what you feel like you exactly need or would be most helpful to you. This is a good starting point for everybody. Just wanting to start making more aware of what you're having for meals and snacks, what they're doing to help you keep you pretty full and satisfied. And then the next videos after today are going to continue to build on that idea of balance. So we're going to talk about what are good lean proteins to have, healthy fats, good carbohydrates, high protein, high fiber foods, good hydration, and things like that. So starting with the basics of just making sure we're spreading everything out pretty consistently throughout the day, and then we're going to continue to build from there. If you have any questions or concerns after looking at this video or looking at the Excel spreadsheet, send me a message. If there's something you don't want to pop in the group chat but want to ask me individually, always welcome to shoot me a private message.